Welcome to another book review. Today I'm talking about Way of the Inferior Man. I'm sorry, I meant Superior Man. Although when you're reading it, it can at times feel like the type of material that an inferior man would read. Written by David Data in 1997, this book is intended to bring out the masculine for whoever is reading it. And I did not finish reading it. It's the first book I've started this year that I didn't feel like I needed to read all the way through to get its point. And while I do agree with the distinctions that David makes between the masculine and feminine traits, what I don't agree with is the masculine and the feminine being this polarity that can switch. And as a man you can adopt certain feminine qualities and choose when you're going to be masculine or feminine, and it gets very almost Machiavellian in thinking. Machiavellian gendered thinking that I don't think is true or real. I know it's a kind of a universal idea that you can be a man and have feminine traits, or you can be a woman and have masculine traits. Well, yes, you can, but it's not going to be authentic. As a man, when you are portraying feminine qualities, that is inorganic, not natural. And you can tell the difference. People might not admit the difference, but you can tell the difference. Me moving my hands around when I talk is not a feminine character trait, by the way. That is just a consequence of me spending a lot of time with Italians. The other thing I didn't like about the Way of the Superior Man is just how Eastern philosophy and religion influenced it. He talks a lot about karma and just the entire basis of where that idea of the polarity of the masculine and the feminine comes from are very Eastern ideas, and quite honestly, very feminine ideas. The reason why I didn't finish the book, though, is because the language is a little salacious, can get a little salacious for my taste at times. That combined with that Machiavellian mindset towards gender is not a good way to be thinking. So I would not recommend The Way of the Superior Man. What I would recommend when it comes to a book on masculinity is Tender Warrior right here by Stu Weber. That is a better example of, if you're looking for traits of masculinity and you are a man, Tender Warrior by Stu Weber. Much better. Or let's see if I got any other ones here that I can recommend. The Adventure of Living, because that's one thing that I agreed with David Data on, was a man needs to pursue purpose to be a man, essentially. Yeah, there's plenty that I agreed with. There's this illustration that he makes of how women are like the ocean, the sea, waves, kind of moving about, more influenced by emotion. Whereas as a man, you need to really think of yourself more so as a ship. You're going to a point, to a direction, and you can't be swayed the either or direction based off emotions. You need to remain planted in principle and aimed towards purpose. So yeah, that's a positive that I have to say, and there's probably more little nuggets of wisdom like that throughout the book, but too much of that Eastern religion and philosophy and Machiavellian type thinking to sustain my interest for a full book. Hope you enjoyed this book review. If you did, give a like, comment, subscribe. Really helps us as we're growing here. And let me know what you think of this new studio setup here in front of this bookcase. So that's all. God bless.